Freedom, freedom.
Stop going there.
Freedom on passive loosens all the chains on you. And now the choice is ours to break on through.
I have a lot of people in ONPASSIVE that send me, hold on, I got it back to you.
Knowing we are stronger when we unify, no longer holding back the dreams that we now know are coming true.
Anyway, that feed me negative or nasty videos from channels that promote negativity and nastiness. I don't want the videos. I don't need to see them. I don't care what people say. It means nothing to me. But it bothers me. By the way, every time a founder goes and listens and shares it, you're promoting them. I'm asking you to stop.
Freedom, freedom.
The only thing being said is you suck, he sucks, everybody's bad, you're this, you're that, and they're living a life off of that is disgusting. I would say as a founder, I would not be subscribed to that channel. Don't share them with me.
Freedom, freedom.
Don't entertain, don't even give them the second to talk about it. Block them on all channels. If they come on your channel or they're around you, block them and put a complaint in.
ONPASSIVE rests when all the world is fed. Hand in hand we forge the path ahead.
Guys, don't go there for any help. If you do, you're helping them. I don't care what you say. Oh, I'm not subscribed. You go to their channel and you make a comment or you copy it or use anything, you're helping them. So please, I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, stop.
Knowing we are stronger when we unify, no longer in the grasp of all the wrongful ways that we've been led.
And whatever you do, don't send it to me.
Freedom, passive loosens all the chains.
The second thing is we got some drama to deal with. As you may expect, we have our good news and bad news. We know ONPASSIVE is only good news, so we're not going to come and tell you about the pain we go through. So here is the best I can share with you in brief at the moment. We have been challenged by a few hiccups and blocks here and there. And for the most part, everything is under control. Just some of the stuff has taken a little bit of time. And we didn't want to go and make a show without having things resolved permanently. And I apologize if what I'm talking to you sounds like unknown or vague, but I'm assuming you've been up to speed so far, so you know what I'm talking about. With what we're doing in ONPASSIVE, it's not typical. It's not comforting to so many departments, companies, countries, I would say. It is threatening to some businesses.
Freedom, ONPASSIVE is the word and gains us freedom.
And I want to tell you something. No matter what happens on corporate side, whatever it is, I want you to ask yourself the same question. How many plant managers, let's just use an example. This is an example. How many plant managers has Amazon gone through? None of you know. Does it change you getting packages to your house?
Yeah.
No. So it's none of our business. It happens every day. Things happen. Well, does that mean this? Forget what it means. There's no reason to think about anything on the corporate side.
Freedom.
negative YouTube channel has got more founders on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart. I got more negative people, naysayers coming to my channel. You know what that means to me is we're doing everything right. We're doing everything right. The negative people, they're going to come no matter what, because we're getting bigger and bigger and better. And they want to kind of say everything that we say and turn it around and twist it. Typical devil work, I call it, evil. It doesn't change who I am. I'm still going to go out and do what I got to do to help people, regardless how negative people feel about me, or they whatever they want to think about me. It's okay with me. Stop going there.
Karma's a bitch. Hello, everyone. I hope that you're all having a lovely, lovely day. They have gotten started,
Think I'm telling
and
the
so I
market
did
or
have to mute the
become,
tab
you know,
during
no,
the
no,
intro.
basic.
Just give me a
When
second.
we get into this new chapter and they start
And here we
selling
go.
the products of ONPASSIVE, remember, you're the company, and people will approach you and ask you maybe, hey, so you have a video conferencing platform? Yes. You should know a little bit about it, I would think. Now, you can let it grow organically. I mean, everybody has an option here. My thing is the most valuable thing of all is time. And I'd better cut time frames, as Mr. Mike Ellis has said a few 100,000 times. And how you do that is learn your business, be ready to share it. For the last 5.5 years, almost 6 for Red, we elected to try to help people, which we should be doing. We should all be doing that. But there comes a point where nothing has really changed mechanically in ONPASSIVE for a couple of years. We get new products and things are getting better, and they're, you know, the AI is getting better.
Interesting.
And obviously, I mean, that goes without saying. But mechanic parts of it, like all of the stuff about the products, has been there. We should start to learn what everything is, or especially something if you're going to use it, or you have people come. Because I'm going to tell you, and this is what I believe, a lot of people that told you no really meant I'm only waiting to see if it works. And as it's working, which we know it will, they're going to come back. And they might have a few questions. And you can't always go back to, well, let me go ask Fred, or let me go ask Johnny or Mary or what. No, it'd be better if you could know it. And this goes to everybody in every country. It's not just here. And the emphasis, I believe, is everybody has a different role here, but it's a role you choose. There's different lanes. People do what they feel
Everything's
comfortable
down.
doing. I'm not doing something that I was forced to or I feel uncomfortable. I love doing it. I did it because this is where I wanted to go. But for other people, it doesn't mean less or more. Oh, he's got a platform. He's this, he's this. No. There's no this and that. You are as important as any other person. Listen, I don't care how strong a link you are. If the rest of the links around you are bad, the chain breaks. And if anything we've learned since we've been in here, since I've been in ONPASSIVE, is the people I look up to the most are the biggest servants. If you have to call yourself a leader, I'm not sure you are one.
It's on right now.
To judge. And it doesn't matter. If you focus on others and really help people, you'll be surprised what the return on investment would be. I know firsthand. I've been overwhelmed by how nice people talk and treat me. but it wasn't magical. It's just listen to people, try to help people, guide them. Listen, we always give this a big emphasis on somebody that climbs Mount Everest. Oh my gosh, he did it, and there's a big parade, and everybody, oh my God, Shorty, there's a big parade where the guy made it to Mount Everest. But nobody talks about the guy that brought up 50,000 people to Mount Everest. He does it for a job. He's guiding people all the way up every day. I think they're called Shupas or something like that. I can't remember. But that's a servant. That's the one that showed the guy how to get up there so he doesn't get killed, or the woman. So really, I think
what the fuck, Marty?
I've learned something in 64. A couple months ago, I was 24. Well, at least that's what it feels like. But as time ticks, I got the same 24 hours as everybody else. Elon Musk has got 24 hours. I got 24 hours. Chris, Red, we all got 24 hours. What do you want to do with it? You could sit back and say, what if? Or you could say, I'm going to go for it. Because I'm telling you, if you never make a mistake, you're not doing anything. I learned that a long time ago. You're not doing anything.
You never
I went
admit
for an
to
interview
mistakes.
one time at work, and my manager said, "You've probably made more mistakes than anybody I've ever met." Damn. So right away, I'm thinking, not going to be a big raise. But at the end, he said, "But you do more than most people I've ever met." That's good enough for me. It's not getting down, it's getting up. And I think I'm passive. I hear people say, yeah, but I'm never going to use this. I'm never going to use that. What would I need that for? Listen to me. Stop looking at the title of the products. Look at what it does. And then you modify it to what you want to get out of it. I can find almost every product I see now, and I say, I'm going to use that for this. I'm going to use this for that. I don't care what the title is. Yeah, it matters. It matters to individuals, and that's okay. But if you're looking at for you to advance your personal business, don't limit yourself, because listen, ONPASSIVE was designed with, if we need it, we will have it. That's pretty powerful. Do I think inventors will come here? Yes. Why? Very basic. Here's an easy reason.
No.
How many inventions have you heard about all your life? You see it in the newspaper, a guy learned how to run a tractor on pigeon poop and do it all day long. You never hear about that guy again. Big boys buy him out, they get rid of it, they own the patent, and they squash it. ONPASSIVE is going to be fertile ground for people that will be safe to use this and this, because they won't feel there's any, repercussions. And I think that's why I think ONPASSIVE will change lives, not just monetarily, but it will change lives because there's a lot of people out there that
have such a warped view of the world.
Treasure built up in here, and they don't use it.
Where'd Red go?
And I think it's time that you realize what we really, really have. And I'm going to ride this thing as hard as I can. And you can't break it. It's only going to get better. So let's emulate what we were told. Who is the biggest leader in this company? I'll answer that for you. Who's the biggest servant in this company? Ask my father. I've never talked to him where he didn't mention founders or what they're doing for other people. If we all just did that, if we all just tried to emulate, hey, what can I do for you? Here's what you need. And don't only lift people up and push them above your head. If you're too proud to surround yourself with the best, you'll never get any better. Never. I've learned that.
Proud to surround yourself with the best?
I would go find people. I'd try to find people that made me work at it. Because if you surround yourself with people that you think are not as good as you are, you're not going to advance, and you're fooling yourself. Get in your lane, find out what you love, and surround people that can make you better.
Regurgitating my speech.
So anyway, ride ONPASSIVE as hard as you can. You don't have to. I'm not talking about marketing. I never mentioned marketing. There's a way to do it where everybody can ride this magic carpet as far as they want to go. Red got kicked out.
Yeah, bring him back in.
Thank you.
There
Thank you,
he
Chris. I
is.
wouldn't have known that if you didn't tell me. Anyway, go ahead, Red.
Thank you very much, Marty. Great words as always. Chris, nice to see you. And Marty as well. I really do enjoy 360 with you guys. Always a pleasure to be here to not only bring everyone up to date, but also to give everyone words of wisdom as well. So let's bring you up to date then with the last 7 days in ONPASSIVE. Been quite a big week, hasn't it, really, as far as 7 days is concerned. Every week I say the same thing. We might not see everything that's going on, but one thing's for sure, this week certainly has been a busy week, not only behind the scenes, but also from what we've been seeing as well.
I'm wondering
So
if
let's take
he'll
you back
skip
then
it on
to
purpose.
the 26th of June, last Wednesday. We had ONPASSIVE 360, and we also were very privileged once again to see our CEO, Ashmi Farah. He came on and he really did bring some really good words. Obviously, this was only 3 weeks after he'd had his operation on his ear, and he really did let us know that the operation that he had was a little bit more serious than we all thought. He certainly had downplayed it when he said that he was having a little tag taken out from his ears, and it was pretty apparent from what he was saying that it was a little bit more serious than that, and so much so that his surgeon has said you really need to rest for 6 weeks after this operation. I think he managed about 1 day completely offline, and then the rest of the time he's been working in between where he can with what he's allowed to work. He's getting a lot better, a lot stronger. As you saw last week, he had a bit of a cold on him as well, didn't he? That he picked up. This was to do with his immune system and the drugs he was taking, but he was getting over that, he was saying. He also then talked briefly about the ONPASSIVE journey and about how he's taken control once again. He was talking to us all about what he's had to go through and all the rest of it. But the one thing and the recurring thing that keeps coming back all the time, that gets him out of bed in the morning, that keeps him strong, that keeps him pushing forward, is you guys out there, the early adopters, the affiliates, the users who are 100% behind not only the company, but more especially our CEO. Why? Because we all understand what he is trying to achieve here. And that's what really does it for him. This is why he has taken back control, because he was telling us a little bit that we were getting a bit offline, a bit sidetracked with other things within ONPASSIVE, and he wanted to bring us basically back to the basics of what he first wanted to do. And it was great to see, great to hear that this is now on track. He implemented this a while ago, and he was saying that it's not been easy, and it's certainly not going to be a quick fix, but we are moving in the right direction. He also said all that matters
slowest migration
that
ever.
You guys are proud of what he is trying to achieve here, and I think we'll all agree here that we certainly are. He mentioned a little bit about the payment processors, that we will be seeing these flicking in and out of our OES over the next few weeks. They're still testing bits and pieces. I'm sure if we see him, he'll update us a little bit more on all of that as well. The one thing he did reiterate and made quite clear was that if you are one of the early adopters or affiliates that haven't yet activated their accounts by purchasing OConnect, which is our first paid product, then do so, because you will still be part of, I suppose, the first group of people that are going to be within ONPASSIVE as far as any extras is concerned, I think is the correct wording for that. And he made that very clear. If you can afford to, activate your accounts when you can with the new payment processors so that we can test them as well. He also did reiterate once again that we will not be going to the next stage of ONPASSIVE until all of that backlog, log jam of commissions that people have requested are all cleared out. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of other bits and pieces as well. But it was great to see him. It was great for him to update us of where we are, what is going on. And obviously, the site is down at the moment, which we'll talk about in a little while.
Oh, okay, there it is. I was
the
like,
recap of last Wednesday is there up in your O-Founders back office under the update section. That was there really, really quickly, by the way.
yeah,
on the Wednesday night by our quartet of Dan, Daryl, Janet Butler, and Peter Sarer. They do a sterling job, our quartet, of getting that information out to you as soon as possible. And especially for the non-English speaking countries, they can take that, grab it, auto-translate it through Google, and then they can get it out to all of their countrymen in the language that they all understand. So kudos to you guys for doing that. Thursday, then, we did our own take on the updates for that between all of us here to try and break things down. There was a lot of reading between the lines, and Ash actually said, if you were there on Wednesday, good luck to all of you that had to try and decipher what I've said. He was a little bit all over the place, but I hope that we helped as many of you as possible to understand what he was trying to say. And don't forget, when we are reading between the lines of what he is saying, it is our take on it. It's certainly nothing from corporate.
That's the problem.
He gives us the details, and we try and fill them in a little bit to make a little bit more sense out of it for you guys to understand. So Friday, then, what happened Friday? Well, we had a very brief message from our COO, Mohammed Kamal, didn't we? Just before the sites went down, and all three sites went down. And this was O-Founders, OES, and also ONPASSIVE.com. And it was a little bit of a shock, to be honest, because
yes, it would officially be right
got this message from Mohammed Kamal saying, don't worry, you're going to be offline. We'll bring it back as soon as we possibly can. And we will update you in due course of what is going on and how things are progressing. So that was on Friday the 28th.
You're
when
not
that
doing
all went
that,
down.
but the recurring is.
It went down around about 7 p.m. for us in the UK.
Too.
And as I said, we had that message from Mohammed Kamal telling us what was going on. OnPassive.com, that came back up very quickly within 24 hours. That came up. Now, again, we have explained this on our lives over the last few days. But if you do get any security alerts popping up when you are logging into OnPassive.com, don't worry about it, guys. This is all part of the migration that Ash was telling us on Wednesday. He was explaining about AWS services, which is Amazon, who host not only ours, but many, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people's websites on their cloud-based system that they have. And he was talking about the amount of money that it costs OnPassive on a yearly basis, into the millions, and they wanted to restructure how things were going. And this is why we are seeing what we're seeing now as far as these websites are concerned. It's part of that restructuring, part of bringing the costs to OnPassive down with using AWS services. We can speculate, but let's not do that of what it's all about. So really good news that is all there. Now, like I said, OnPassive.com came back up again.
With who?
And OnPassive.com came back up. And if you are getting any security alerts on that, don't worry about it. This is all to do with the SSL certificate
grandkids, Marty.
Comes along with most websites. This takes a while to filter through. Okay, and that will all get sorted out in due course. So do not worry about it.
Who they're with.
What else happened then? Like I said, Friday night and into the early hours of Monday, wherever you are, Ash came on, Let's O and Minu and Ron's, and he basically was talking about self-development, and if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect other people to, and know your own worth, and this is your business and all those. But one very important point he did bring out on Let's O was that the reason behind why it went down on Friday, and basically clerical error on AWS services. They'd corresponded with them, and they were told by AWS services that the site was going down on Monday, and this was all expected to happen on Monday. And basically, somebody pressed the wrong button, so we were taken offline.
Funny,
on
because your
Friday,
contract
and
ended
obviously
the day before
everything
it went
to do
down.
with this migration was going to be happening from Monday
I
onwards, and I'm
believe.
sure we're going to be updated if we
Started
see
June
Ash of
27th.
where
Site
we're
went
at in
down
that
June
process,
28th.
and
Is that
maybe
a
more information as
coincidence?
well. So
I
he
think
came on
not.
Saturday for that, which was really good news. On Sunday, then we had some other news
Right,
from
Swami,
externally
like we knew
through
they were going to do
X
that.
that our
Like we just
CMO
knew.
Mohamed Nassal was going to pastures new. He's doing something different outside of ONPASSIVE, and I think we all wish him well in his new venture. This is quite normal, guys, in business, especially at this level that these guys are. He's been with us for 2 years, and he's done a fantastic job for ONPASSIVE behind the scenes, doing what he's doing within the marketing department. But he put a note out to say that he is leaving, doing his own thing,
No, Chris,
separately
what
from
it was
ONPASSIVE, and
that
we
was
all
just the website. So they started their contract on June 27th, 2018. So it's interesting that they went down on June 28th. I believe that their contract ended, but the website was registered for 10 years, but all websites get registered for 10 or 20 years. So that doesn't have anything to really do with like the due date on their contract with AWS. That's separate. We won't know the details of the contract. It would only be Ash and them that have those details. But my guess is that, yeah, they were due payment and didn't get paid, so it went down the day after.
wish him well in
Makes
his
sense,
new
I think.
endeavors. Whether that position is going to be refilled, we don't know. Obviously, I'm sure that we will find out more in the coming days, weeks, and months as far as that is concerned. And the last piece of news, obviously, because we haven't got a back office and we haven't got ecosystem at the moment, is I want to keep on pushing this home to as many people as possible of oimedia.news. That's there at the moment. And if this is all about the industry, the artificial intelligence tech industry that's out there at the moment. It is a fantastic source of information about what really is going on there at the moment in real time in the industry. And it does a really good job of breaking it down into language that we can all understand, that we can get our head around about the different companies and really how they are all jostling, I suppose, for a piece of the AI pie. One thing's for sure is the more you read about it and the more you get to understand about artificial intelligence and the solutions behind AI and tech, the more you get to understand exactly how well positioned ONPASSIVE as a company is.
But they don't have
this industry. AI. We tick an awful lot of the boxes that people are looking for at the moment. So kudos to our CEO, kudos as well to ONPASSIVE and everyone behind the scenes who have put this together as well. We are positioned extremely well, but I use it as a source of information on a daily basis, and I would recommend that you guys do as well. Anyway, that's it for now.
Notice how they never talk about ONPASSIVE though, Red?
Well, thank you very much, Red. A bit weird? Thank you very much, Marty. And on behalf of the Johnson family, I want to wish all Americans a happy 4th of July. Yes, this is coffee, no alcohol. I'm blessed to live in this country. I love America. I've also been blessed to visit many countries through the internet or travel. Woo! And you're all beautiful. Don't let anyone forget that. Real quick for me.
Yes, he had a problem.
I think for me right now, when OConnect went down, I was like, oh, no. And then I realized, man, what did Ash tell us to do? He said, go about your life. Go have some fun. Let me do all the work. So I scheduled this little fishing trip here. I have my family up north. We left early this morning to be on at 12, and that was changed, and that's okay. I brought my boat, my RV, which I've never done that before. It turned out great. Saturday, we got a big 4th of July party, which is going to be a lot of fun at one of the marinas around here. And I'm thinking the shining on light, we're not going to do it until OConnect comes back on. So it freed me up a lot of time. And this is what I'm doing. I'm following Ash's direction. Again, Chris, go do something, have some fun, go to work, go enjoy your family, and let me keep doing all this work. And Ash Mafara, that's exactly what I'm doing. Of course, one day I know we'll all be going fishing together. It'll be a lot of fun. But
Might
I come
be.
back to I would like to say
You're
just
still
a
pretty
quick shout
close.
out to Angie Hahn. It is her birthday today. Angie from Germany. God bless you. Happy birthday. And there's another one, Jan. I can't think of her last name.
It's
Real nice
Angie's
lady.
birthday.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I can fix that. Hold on. Jane Helms. I'm sorry. And Jane Helms, happy birthday. Toy Chung. RD
So
Jeswell
wish her
from
a
India. Happy
happy
birthday. MD
birthday.
Balat. Happy birthday to all of you. I love saying birthdays. I never get tired of doing that. I never get tired of picking somebody up and making them feel good, because right now, maybe one of those individuals have no one around them to tell them happy birthday. So I'm telling you, in front of 1,000 people, happy birthday to you. The names I mentioned, blow them up. Give them some love.
Right.
That's what we do in ONPASSIVE. And then I think
What
about
are we doing? You know,
big prayer that I do every morning. Everyone knows I love to pray about many countries right now in this world that are in disarray. Bad things happening, wars. And I don't care
really
who you
does
are,
look like an idiot.
or where you live or what your nationality is. I pray for everybody. I pray that these wars stop. I still believe in my heart that ONPASSIVE is going to change a lot of things in the world. I'm hoping that's one of them, because only in ONPASSIVE, and I'll say it again, only in ONPASSIVE has the world globally come together in ONPASSIVE to change things, where people that weren't talking to each other 4 years ago are now our best friends, are waiting for them to come to the country so they can break bread with them for the first time. That's when someone asks, what's
Right.
ONPASSIVE done for you?
I
That's
think you're
more
right,
than I can
Heather.
ever ask. That's worth trillions of dollars to me, to watch the world come together when it's really falling apart. But in ONPASSIVE, our world is phenomenal. It's bright. The future looks bright. And I'm going fishing, and Ashma Farr is working. So I always get bounce on that. I think it's the greatest
Usually he's
company in the
fishing and
world that
you're
I've ever
working.
seen, because it's all about good and heart. And we talk about that heart all the time. And whether you believe me or not, and I think you do, Ashma Farr is a stand-up guy in my
It's
book.
just a birthday
I
club
consider
now.
him one of my closest friends. He gives me advice sometimes when I'm missing something, and I love that. So does Marty and Red. If I'm missing something, they say, Chris, straighten your hat. Your hat's backwards or whatever. But this is what we do in ONPASSIVE. We take that love and we take that passion, and we go on webinars and we do the same thing. We want to pick
Right,
people
like
up. Shining
never.
the light is just a great
No one's
thing.
ever tried to help anyone
I
until
get time off from it right now. Yee! Perfect time for that one. Am I happy? Oh, connects? No, but it happens. I mean, I was in the auto industry for 32 years. You have no idea what really happens in business. Big business, little business. Sometimes parts aren't made.
medium
One time
business.
we had a fire in a
Like,
plant and it shut us
come
down
on.
for 6 months. Actually, they had a plant catching fire, made the chips, and everyone knows what happens with that. All right. It messed up the auto industry for at least 4 years, and it's still affecting them. So it's one of those things. But in ONPASSIVE,
That was a
Ashma
bit
Farr
different
keeps
of a
going.
situation.
He is doing everything possible to make us happy. It's really not about him. And he said it many a times. It's not about the money. It's just about changing people, helping people. I worked for Fords for a long time. I'd never heard the CEO come down and say, Chris, we got to better people. We got to lift people up, not tear them down. And that's what we do. Now that we come across a few people that want to tear us down every single day, and nah, you're not winning. Okay.
Hi.
We rock. We rock it and pass
Oh,
it.
yeah, you're
We're gonna
rocking
rock
it,
the
Chris.
world.
You're just
We're gonna
rocking
change
it.
the
You
world.
go,
And
buddy.
I've got
You
1,400,000 people that are gonna fly those beautiful angel wings, and we're gonna change things. And
Well,
more
why are
to
they
come.
angels?
I
Did they
texted Ash
pass
a couple
away
weeks ago
waiting
and I
for
said,
ONPASSIVE to launch?
just wanted to let you know there's millions of people that really love you, and there's billions more coming. All right. Because of you people, those billions
About
more are going to come
30.
because of Ashma Farr's marketing strategies and campaigns. Trillions are going to come. And that's my opinion. But I believe that with my heart, and you're part of it. Think about it. I'm going to go have a great time for the next 5 or 6 days, because unless he pops on Oak Connect, then I'm going to go back to work. But I'm going to enjoy myself thoroughly. I know what's coming. Ash has said this so many times. I got this. Just let me do the work. Just watch and let it happen. And that's what I tell people, the people in my family or my friends. Chris, ain't never going to work. I said, that's my word. Watch what happens. I don't want to say I told you so. I'm not going to say eat those words. I'm going to keep going down the path looking for the greatest, brightest, smartest, most giving people in the world. And that's what we do as ONPASSIVians. If that's even a word, I don't know, but someone may, it's better than UKians, but it's better than anything. But that's what we do. We love to laugh. We love to cheer. We love to cheer on others. We love to know the fact that there's one guy and amazing teams he has that works every single day for all of us. And a lot of you still don't understand that. Let me say it again. There's one guy. Let me say there's one family. How about that? And he's got an amazing teams, and they're working every single day, so our lives get brighter and brighter and brighter.
Legal in their
And when that
country,
happens,
right, Chris?
you're going to see the light bulb. You heard about the light bulb moment? No.
Get
You're going to be
those
looking
kids to
directly
work.
in the sun, because you're going to be shining with smiles and tears of joy, because that's how great this company is. This company has taken the world to a whole different level. Do I believe in outer space? Yeah, I think someday Ash Mafar is going to do something. I don't know what, but he's always full of surprises. I have 100% faith, just like these two guys do, in Ash Mafara and what he's doing. And no matter what he says, I listen to him. I stay with what he says. I get people sending me this and that. Don't even send it to me. I don't even read them. I read them, but I just laugh at them.
People.
Ash Mafara is doing something phenomenal for this world. He's not a politician, excuse me. He's not a politician. Never claimed to be a businessman. He's not an educator, but yet together he takes all those little pieces there and he makes them that much better. I think he's a great educator. He's taught us all a lot of good things about no matter what they throw at you, you got to keep going. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you really got to get back up. That's on each one of us. But in this company, he's the one that gets knocked down. He's the one that gets kicked and punched and jabbed. And we get a little bit because we're loudspeakers, but we handle it very well. Why? Because we know Ash Mafar is on our side. That's a definite sure. So I want to say to all of the founders out there in America, anywhere else to celebrate, happy 4th of July to you. I'm very thankful to God that I became part of this company. I'm thankful to God that he gives me the voice and the knowledge to say things even that are silly. But my God, ONPASSIVE is a God-fearing, loving, giving, any good word you can think of. That's what ONPASSIVE is. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Oh, and the man appeared.
I think I scared him. You're muted, Marty. Marty, you're muted.
Well, you told me to mute for 10 minutes, okay? So I mute. Now you're muted. You're muted. Listen, Chris, I just word of advice. If you're going fishing, you got to calm down a little bit. You're going to scare him right out of the freaking water.
Okay? No, he's scared. He's anyway, like, oh no.
Hey, Chris, can you introduce this gentleman?
Oh, here comes one of my favorite brothers in the whole world. He's one of them. You guys are the other two. But he goes first. Sorry. But what a smile. He's looking good. His hair is almost perfect like mine. And he's a great guy, and he's full of humor as much as he is love. So, Ash Mafara, welcome to 4th of July in America. God bless you and your family for everything you're going through and what you're going through and what you're completing and what you're finishing. Ash Mafara, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking me in today. I actually wanted to be here because we want to make sure we are kept in the loop while many things are happening on different avenues. First of all, happy 4th of July, which means Independence Day in America. And guess who we got independence from? It's a test for everybody in the chat.
Don't say UK. You don't say the UKian people. Don't say it.
Well, Great Britain. Okay, so I already gave it away. So as they did for mostly everyone. So somebody got independence, and America, we celebrate that on 4th of July, and that's why it's a big day for all of us. It's not a big deal because we are independent in that aspect, politically, historically. It is true. But to be more realistic, we still have some reliance and we have some dependency on other factors of our life.
Oh, yeah?
Some external dependence. Yeah, of course, some of it political and some of it economical and perhaps we do have internal or within. So we're not fully independence, therefore not fully liberated. We don't have that 100% total freedom, though the 330 million people who live within the United States of America, they somewhat have some boundaries, restrictions, and their uh, aspects of life, uh, and that steals that ultimate freedom we want to achieve. I want to go back to something that I always wanted to achieve, not just for the 330 million people who live here in our country, but also abroad. The 8 billion, there are not many trillions, uh, Chris. There are just 8 billion who are alive
Chris,
as of now.
how
And
dare you repeat
we
after
hope
he said
in at some point in our life we will give them more freedom, more liberty of those restrictions and frictions in life. It all begins with
start
an
off by censoring
economical
all the haters?
strength that if we are successfully able to provide that to different societies and communities, perhaps it draws many more aspects in our life. So oh boy, the more we grow, go back to
Oh boy.
ONPASSIVE now, the more we grow, the more we learn how much we don't know. And the more we learn that how much we still have to grow and how much we still have to learn. Every day is a good lesson in our life. I've learned a lot from you and dealing with you. Not necessarily you gave me that direct piece of knowledge or information, but you put me in a position to strive or to seek that knowledge and pursue for more information. So collectively, this environment is healthy for growth to all of us. So keep up the good work, and you should stay connected. You're just gonna learn, and life is a waste if you are not learning something new every day. And again, I have if you allow me, there's a small
Right?
story. You want to hear it?
Oh,
So there
no, not
was
really.
a uh,
Oh,
little girl. Okay, she had mastered
okay.
the timetable, uh, and she thought she's probably the ultimate mathematician on the planet because now she knows all the numbers until 12. 12 by 12, that's it. And now she is talking to her grandpa that, listen, I am the best mathematician on earth. And he said, well, perfect.
Much
So
like
how much
you,
do you
being the
know?
best tech
Well,
guy,
I
right?
mastered
Or
all the way
businessman?
until 12. He said, well, what about 13 by 13? Grandpa, there's no such a thing. Well, there is. Now it's infinite. Uh, you still have way to grow, little girl. Okay. And that's exactly how it applies on the various uh, aspects in our life. You think you've mastered something, um, then you realize there's still way to go. Okay, thank you. You give it 10 out of 10. Okay, I know you're a nerd. Okay, uh, because it involves math. Then we thought we are perfecting those different elements in our business, then you realize no, there's still a long way to go, and there are better ways, and it's more practical to admit that. I am up for it. We made mistakes. We had challenges, internal, external. Plus, we could have done things different. But all in all, that never shakes up our intention that we want to do good. We want to better, your lifestyle. So in order to have some independence,
What?
I invite everybody not to completely rely on any business, whether it's on passive or uh, the White House, if you wish, that works for you. You still
Uh-huh.
have to do your own work. to be independent, and
Mhm.
your happiness does not rely on somebody else's success. They can improve, they can make your life much easier, they can give you a lot of access, but no matter how perfect it is,
Interesting.
if you're thinking that is what's going to make you successful, whether it's on passive or Chris or Ash or the government or the system, no, nothing is going to give you that independence until you are mentally independent and also take those measures in your life, not to rely on anybody
But
else.
how without
Take that as a tool,
ONPASSIVE?
take that as a vehicle. It can be a powerful vehicle to boost and accelerate your success toward and progress toward your goal, because your goals are not exactly like mine or her or his or their goal. So everybody has their own anticipation. And for that, I always think we should be open for adjustments, for changes, for, to learn something new and accept the mistakes. I did mistakes. Uh, I'm sure you did. It doesn't A mistake, it doesn't make you a bad person, by the way. So for example, I'll give you just one small, if you trust somebody, right, and you give them lots of recognition, or you have high hopes in them and they don't necessarily align with that hope or trust, they don't deliver up to your
Talking
expectation,
about Muhammad Nazal?
that it it's considered a mistake. But it's not a bad thing about you. We all may fall into some mistakes, and I can give you more and more and more. But the idea is, we made some mistakes. We've learned a lot. We continue to learn, and we will make more mistakes. We're no near perfect, but I know one thing: our intention and our will is so pure that it can only take us and lead us to a better position in your life. And I want you to use us, but also to complete that formula, or to complete that theory together. You have to also be in it mentally and do your own due diligence in order to acquire that complete independence. You're
Interesting
never going to be
take.
totally free until you are liberated within and you have your life figured out, like exactly where you want to go, and use us as a tool. So uh, to go to the basics, and I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. We're going to go to the basics. We're going to take charge of that uh, in order to have complete business, not only the AI and IT solutions and the single sign-on and the perfection of it, the integration of that fusion, if you wish.
Okay.
If you want to complete that, I also meant for that leads us to a better independence. We are already accredited, as I mentioned, from ICANN as a domain registrar. So we have accomplished quite a bit toward that independence
Which is
as a
weird because
company.
you
Now,
don't
okay? I'm going to give you one more
do
thing,
domain
probably
registrar,
forgot, but
like,
I'm going to refresh your memory. Okay, the money is another factor. So the utilization
uh-oh.
of our products and technologies, that's one thing. The security of it, owning our data center, something very disruptive. I assure you that it's nothing
Draco
average or
go? Like,
nothing
how is this connected?
you've seen or the market's seen before. So Ash, you're like insane. You're telling me like Google and the host and Azure and Microsoft and AWS, they haven't seen this level of technology. And well, you'll be surprised. There's always a first time in every case. All right. There's a first time in every, and I
Your
assure you,
data center?
we're I'm counting on what we have accomplished and what we know, and the part that we know we're not going to be average. So that is coming, but at the
Wow.
same time, money is a big factor to complete that wrap up, to be independent. Okay, you need uh, traffic, or you need constant visitors or followers or people you
You need money coming in to pay
basically
for
do
it.
business with, or any sort of activities or communications, whether in the educational system or in the finance or this or that. You need other audience. That is called traffic in a technical term in the digital world. Okay, the traffic is basically visitors. Okay, visitors, individuals going to a specific website or video or any content online. Okay, so to do that, so when we did start this journey, believe it or not, uh, as of today, the entire flow and structure of the traffic industry, if you wish, the traffic field, okay, let's not call it an industry, has changed.
Okay.
And with the concept of unpassive, that every single thing like in one place and a single sign on to that, all together collectively makes it necessary to have a different approach and a different way of generating and acquiring those customers, audience, followers, traffic, however you want to call it. And that's what we've been also working on. I don't have the final details, perhaps again with the refreshment of all what's happening right now. uh, within this new next chapter, I'll be able to fill you in with more how we are gonna not only revolutionize, we're gonna lead and own, and we must own the traffic field, and that would be basically you dominate everything because data is the new commodity of this century. So all in all,
And they just nod.
again, as much as we're happy for America's
Shut
independence,
up, Roberto.
as Brother Chris said, we have other nations are not fully liberated, whether from their own dictators or uh, whatever corrupted system they have,
Oh my God, he's gonna go to
and we're not
war.
any better. Every country suffers, some corruption in one way or another somehow. But we do believe if we liberate and give humanity that universal solution to become more independent of their corruption or corrupted governments or regime, then that becomes irrelevant.
Oh my
It
God,
falls
this
out.
is not who should be talking about any
So
kind of
we have
corruption.
work to do, no doubt. We have done a good portion. We've been working very hard. We have, incredible intention, and technology is a powerful tool. Uh, yeah, about OConnect, or what's happening right now. This is temporary. We have always history taught us, especially with Unpassive, the comeback is always much better and
It,
nicer than we think.
that's what the history says here.
And as much as we know we miss OConnect and we want to be using that at the moment, but in the meantime, I have that little side of me telling me I'm glad that we now know the value of it as much
Wow,
as
it's like he was trying to
the
teach
other
them a lesson. It's
platforms
gross.
in Unpassive. So it's good to realize what we have in hands.
What a weird
But
spin to put on this, you
it's
know?
normal. Brother Chris Johnson said that, like about the auto industry, it happens. How many cars we've heard? Practically every car maker at some point they had to recall thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of cars for malfunction about something serious about the safety of the vehicle. Um, is a big deal happening right now with Boeing
Like, stop comparing
Max
yourself to the auto industry.
737,
You're
I
like
believe.
not even in the same
Um,
realm at all.
that's more dangerous than having Connect down. Yes, so you don't want your
Oh, Chris!
flight to go down. I'll take the conference system to go down over that. So we're blessed.
Right?
We're
Like, what's
fortunate,
going
and
on, Violet? I don't know.
the best yet to come. I,
It's
I
like, but
assure
that's
you
what it
that.
sounded like.
Leave the ugly stuff for us. Leave the nasty things. We have been exercising to deal with such muddy situations, such complex scenarios, and that made us stronger. Again, you learn more, you learn more. So we have been growing.
Hi, good
Happy
night.
birthday, Angie. And anyone, I didn't give the other name, but whoever's birthday today and tomorrow, and happy birthday or anniversary to America again on the 4th. Uh, Everybody likes fireworks in a way.
Not really, actually.
One
Veterans tend to not
problem,
like them.
no
Animals
barbecue sauce
don't like
tomorrow. I know
them.
there has to be
My daughter
barbecue
doesn't
for
like
you
them.
in the next few days, but make sure you are independence, and we know that OnPassive is offering you and will provide the most complete and independence IT solution ever existed. Add to that, if you are in it for the right purpose, the right reason, you're going to be fully independent, and that is priceless. Total freedom comes in when your business is set in autonomous way on autopilot, safely, lots of time saving, lots of money saving. It frees you up that you can
Autopilot?
go vacation or do things that you want to do, but business doesn't stop. I have a saying, if money doesn't stop, why should we stop doing business?
He
So
just made
technically, you
that up
need a
now.
business in a fashion where it works 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if it's otherwise, you're not going to have uncapped growth. You're going to have some
I'm still
limitation.
dying.
That's the type of business model that we are building now,
He made that
to
thing
have
up. That
an
was great.
ongoing automatic business. Everything is automated, and it frees your time, saves you a lot of money. Perhaps uh, it does not stop if you're not available for a moment. It doesn't crash. So with the combination of having that revenue, having the traffic options, or you know, I'm going to say revolutionary traffic solutions within OnPassive. With that, it is a game changer. You can definitely achieve more and do more, learn more in your life. Isn't it life is about that? Just about getting more. You technically, like Brother DeGarmo said, 24 hours a day. I think we all know that. You're not inventing anything new.
What?
I even know that. 24 hours a day for all of us. So
Okay.
we have that bracket for the
You're saying
time.
he invented the
But
days? I don't understand.
the key here is how much more you could achieve, how much more you could gain and take, but to have that sweetener with an unpassive, we also think how
We're already
much
conservatives,
more
though.
can we give back. So it's how much you can gain, but also how much you can give back in the way you choose to. uh, I believe m- with everything we're building, make no mistake, is going to enable you to do such a powerful concept in an ideal way. So go for it. Don't blink.
Jelly's empathy
Believe it
was
or not,
always
things are
appreciated.
happening while you don't think so. Mr. Red said that as well, which is it doesn't seem like so much going on the surface, but behind the scene, there's definitely I don't want to say a war, but a battle constantly going on. Okay, so leave that for us, and just enjoy the fruit when it happens. But again, yet again, I cannot emphasize enough that you also have to be independent. Do not rely on any human or business or company to give you the ultimate thing. So uh, just take as much as you can take from that solution, but in the meantime, you have to figure out your own way to be independent and uh, get the most out of it to your own
Gets knocked
advantage
down
for the
more than
total freedom.
Chumbawamba.
Okay, because you could have financial freedom. You could have financial freedom doesn't mean much without that time freedom. Okay, in order to be
Okay.
total freedom, real
You know what?
freedom, you have to have, money is powerful, but if you're cornered, if you are imprisoned for that money, basically you have to work around the clock. You have no time off, or you cannot enjoy anything in your life because you constantly have to work. If that's your case, uh, you, that type of freedom or financial freedom is meaningless because if you stop working, money can stop. Therefore, uh, you'll be in trouble, and you cannot do anything you want anytime you want. Any one of us, you probably know someone in your life, not necessarily directly, but uh, they might be wealthy in a way, or I'm going to say rich. Okay, they might have good income, but miserable when it comes to their freedom or what they can do and their happiness. Okay, so uh, think of the most uh,
What? Like, he's
recognized
rambling now.
men or women on the planet, that they're wealthy beyond your imagination. I will tell you, uh, they're more unhappy in their life than you are. Let me give you an example. Okay, can I use a name? Okay. Anybody knows Elon Musk? Probably he's the richest man right now. Okay. Uh, I'm not evaluating the person, but I'm gonna take one aspect of his life. We all know he is probably, I think he's still holding the wealthiest man on earth, probably in history, because these are new numbers to cross a $2 billion net worth, 200
Funny, because
billion.
that's what I've been
I
saying.
think last he achieved 250. That's quarter trillion, a lot of money. Not that I know them personally. Personally, I don't even know their name, but there are a couple in Azerbaijan. Look it up. I will be happy one day and I'll connect to show you a video. They live in a village. They have a super, super peaceful, organic lifestyle. Two, two people, husband and wife.
Hi, Curious.
Paradise is understatement for where they live. So their daily life is just taken as much as you can from that freedom, healthy lifestyle, nature, oxygen, breathe,
Yep.
scenery. It is paradise. The other guy has to wake up to factories, lawyers, issues, employees, office, all of that. If your day is surrounded by that and long hours, you're not the healthiest. You're not the happiest. It's freedom and happiness, not what you do in a day. All right. So if you go
Right? Like,
a
come on
super
now.
wonderful vacation once a year for 2 weeks or 1 week, yeah, you could be happy for 2 weeks
Okay. As Chris is on
at most.
vacay.
Most people probably don't even get that 2 years, 2 weeks a year. And then you have the other 50 weeks in the year, you're just buried in work. That's a torture. And especially if your work environment is not that peaceful.
You mean like
On the
not
other
seeing
hand,
your
somebody
employees for
doesn't
6
have those
months?
factories or, you know, uh, record in terms of wealth and net worth, but they smell flowers, They witness seasons in a peaceful way, no stress whatsoever, no cases, no court, no lawyers, no shenanigan, no drama free, no employees, no challenges, no what do you call criticism. Nobody knows their name. They're happier. You see that? So there is a big price for that wealth.
And fame,
Because after
allegedly?
wealth and how much money you can make, you still another part. You need to figure out the time freedom. So even if we give you the position, the wealthiest person on earth, believe it or not, you're not going to have that much freedom or potentially happiness. If we're providing you with a possibility to
So we're gonna
gain
keep you broke to keep you
unlimited
happy.
revenue at the same time with total time freedom, you are free to do what you want to do in that time. Of course, you have to be engaged and use the business to your best ability. Uh, you're in a better shape than the wealthiest people ever existed. You don't have to make the trillions or the billions. Nobody made trillions as an individual yet, uh, but you could be totally covered. You have zero worry about finances. That's enough. That's good that you're able to give back. That's the threshold you want to achieve while you still enjoy your health, life, and
Okay.
time freedom. So happy 4th of July, everyone in America and outside. Why? Because we're going to also uh, bless you with your individual independence at some point in the future. And that's what we work hard for. That's all I wanted to say today. And I hope I didn't take much of your time. But you can chime in and talk. And, since we're connected and I see thousands and thousands are listening, I can't believe it, is how popular you are.
Wow.
I'm going to check again. What's the number now?
About 9,000.
9,000 are watching live. At least another,
And that doesn't count Facebook. Facebook is also running live, but it doesn't count it.
I'm blown away. Thank you so much. All right. So tell me, it's hard to read. There's so many messages. I see a lot of love, but I'm trying to see if there's any potential topic or question or anything that they're talking. Listen, guys, life is tough. It doesn't always go the way you plan it. But also, if you could look up, you get up and get back up. We've been knocked down, and we are very, very confident about what's coming. It is not what you think. I'm talking about if you reference to the past, you have every right to think and come up with different expectations. Could be negative, and for the haters as well, we shouldn't care about that. But I'm talking about all in all,
Okay.
everybody is going to be surprised in a good way, and it's not what you think. But we are so confident that we're making something not just good, but great for humanity. All right, you take it away. Back to you. Are you somewhere in Michigan in the woods? I
Wow,
heard
that's
you are
it.
traveling in your baby RV.
I'm in Lake City, Michigan. I left at 7 this morning to get here because we thought we were going to do it at 12. And then that change would actually save me. I got here an hour before that, but internet here is not the greatest. It's working good now, but yep, I'm here to have fun because you said go do something.
So what it called? Lake City?
Lake City, Michigan.
Okay, I've never been there.
It's really well. You ain't never been anywhere in Michigan except Detroit. So
I've been Grand Rapids. Come on, that's beautiful up there. Yeah.
Grand Rapids is beautiful. But Plan on
Okay.
catching some fish, man, for you. I'll be thinking about you, Ashwam.
Because it's a cult surrounding Ash, not a business.
I know that's the whole
There's
idea.
Lake City in every state. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive from 3.5 hours. Right?
Oh, nice, nice.
I'm right on. I can't remember the lake, but you can't see it out the window. But the lake's right there. It's beautiful. My RV's back there, but I had to come in the house to get the Wi-Fi going. So this is my listen. This is my ex-wife's mother's house up here. You know, when you go to the mother-in-law, it's like 100 degrees in this house, man. I'm dying here, but it's real nice. And then next to her husband, he owns another house right next to them. So it's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun up here. We just got up here, but we're gonna kick it a little bit.
So is it like 4 hours drive?
Like, get off the webinar.
Yeah, we did it in 3.5 hours. We had no traffic this morning. That's why we left early. But and engineer Mike, thank you for filling in or taking my place. You did a great job. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard you did great. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. This morning I couldn't do it live because I was traveling. And one more thing, I want to, because someone reminded me, big prayers for everyone that's going through that Hurricane Barrel right now.
Barrel,
yeah,
in Jamaica. Okay.
Jamaica, yeah, it's in Jamaica right now.
So thank you for reminding me that. And
Yeah, it's gonna be a heavy one. I think it's making landfall today.
Yeah.
What?
So there's a city called Cadillac right next to where you are, right?
Yeah, Cadillac's real nice too.
He's like
I've been
Googling
to
it.
everything this way of Michigan. I haven't really been on the west side too much, but the north I love. The north is beautiful. You know, even with all the woods we
But
have.
for a couple of months, not in.
Yeah, once the snow comes. But if you like
cold, yeah.
snowmobiling and skiing,
Yeah.
it's the place to be. But there's no seams here. I know you know what no seams are. Remember, I sent you the picture of my legs like completing up with still scars.
Oh my God.
We don't have those. You could see. Listen, in Michigan, you could see the bugs coming at you. So in Florida, you don't even see them; they just eat you alive. But
oh my God. Okay, so that's a good place not to go to. I got it. Another place added to the 100 place you shouldn't go to.
I'm taking your boys camping. That's what I'm going to do. They'll love it.
Please. Yes.
They got the cages on top
Waste
ready to
more
roll.
time while your migration has taken 5 days.
Permanent camping.
Permanent camping.
So I hope I was able to give you a good message. Stay positive, guys. We can only do good together if we are on intentional growth plan at the same time with good, intention, good heart. Life is not worth it to be bugging each other. If you have something good, do it. If you don't, just go mind your own business. Get away. We're here to do good. We're here to do good. And there are a lot of people in need for that collaboration. Individually, we are scattered. We are drops. Collectively and together, we are an ocean. We need each other. I mean, we can accomplish more. So why just work scatterly? I have something. He has something. She has something. Mathematically, it's infinite what we could achieve together.
What, did you sign up that 12-year-old little
One is too
girl?
small of a number. You cannot achieve greatness alone. So I'm pumped. I'm positive about the possibility. Thank you again. I have disconnected the cord. Believe it or not, today is the 4th week for my surgery, and I still have. I'm living with one ear now. and that's a good thing to realize how good is it. Yeah, you thought an ear is good.
Wow.
No, you need 2.
Hi, Ella.
That means you need to listen twice as much as you can talk, or you talk. So yeah, probably another 2 weeks I'll be okay, back.
Rupa Paul just sent me a text. I forgot about this. I think India is doing phenomenal in soccer, and she said you better be watching the game. I don't know what game it is because I don't follow it.
There's also America's Cup happening right now. Yeah. Mostly
Euros as well.
1 ear and no
Yeah.
heart.
It's all on.
Yeah, I play handball, not football, but it's okay. But I do like watching soccer once in a while. It's a fun.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me, Red. I can see the jowls getting swollen there.
I am biting my tongue.
I know.
Interesting.
All right.
Well,
Allow us.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Allow us do the work,
Yes,
and
what?
you know, if you have something good, join us. We will take you to where you want to go a lot faster, more efficiently.
What?
Tell your
Absolutely.
wife and your team thank you. We love you for giving us you most of the
I
time.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
tell them. I will tell them.
Yeah.
I had to bribe them with some delicious food so they can
Ah,
be
you
busy
called
while I
it.
talk to you. I'm talking about the kids because they're hanging on me. Yeah. And speaking of healthy food, I hope you are staying healthy, everybody. Take care of yourself. It's important.
Absolutely.
Minnow ran a half a marathon.
Sam called it.
I think it
Yeah,
was
she did, didn't she?
Half a
half a
marathon.
marathon. Yes, she did.
How many miles?
13
12.1.
and a little bit.
Yeah, okay, 12.1.
Okay. Yeah.
She said, I
Ran
yeah,
ran those
ran.
like
she
like
jogged.
nonstop.
She
So
jogged.
12 is the distance,
It's more
or
like 13
or
miles.
what she
Yeah, it's
ran.
like
It'd
13
be
miles.
13 and a little bit.
Yeah, 13 a little bit. Yeah.
So good for her.
Good
She
job.
said she heard you get in the best shape of your life, so she just put her shoes on and ran.
Oh, she's trying to
Run,
catch up with
Forrest.
the guys. I see.
Run for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you,
Yeah.
Minnow.
Hey, everybody! I know you spend a lot of time on YouTube or whatever. I heard you could do that now with the thanks, thanks to the cell phones. I want to tell you a habit I do. I spend hours on the phone most
Oh,
days.
this should be
Okay,
good.
whether conferences, conversation, phone calls, whatever. Okay, even videos if you like, if it's a webinar, whatever. Um, and I heard also walking is good for you. So a small, tiny, tiny, tiny thing that phone time, especially if it's listening, could be walking time. And I'm sorry to burst your energy and fame, Minu. On the average, I walk 10 to 20 miles a day. That is my phone time. I don't jog that long. Okay, I just chase my kids. But
And he doesn't even get out of breath when he does it either. I talked to you a couple months ago. You were walking. I'm like, man, I'd be breathing real hard right now.
yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Sometimes I go stairs, down, up. Yeah.
Live tomorrow, 10
I
o'clock.
got used
Me and
to it.
Marty are going to walk half a marathon and do a live. You ready to Garmo?
Yeah.
Fight me.
Just
He won't get out of that chair.
just you. By the way, you don't have to be outdoors. All right. You could circle around a sofa or a couch. Yeah. Just believe it or not, an hour. Just walk around it yeah.
Marty going to be walking in
Yeah.
circles.
I circled the couch twice. I want to pee on it. I don't
And
know why.
I'll
Yeah.
send you the pole dance. I'll send it to you. So
It better be a
Oh
telephone.
my God!
pole.
Why does it have to go there? Stop
you guys are
going
wonderful.
there.
I enjoyed being here as usual, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, Ash.
Thank you, Ash.
Wow.
course.
Okay, are they gonna end it when he leaves?
Time to blow some fireworks. Blow up
Yeah.
fireworks. Sorry.
Now they're gonna continue. Interesting.
Well, there you have it. I'll see y'all.
No.
I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing lives at Marty still.
Why?
Red's still coming on 11, same times.
Same bad channel.
Same. Bye.
I think we just need to reiterate exactly what Ash has said here, is that when we come back, if
please do.
anything happens in ONPASSIVE, when we come back again, it's always better than it was before. And I think we really need to understand that there is going to be a few changes. I think you made that quite clear. But very exciting times for sure. But whatever it is, it's going to be better than it was before.
Clear?
That's exactly right.
Guarantee.
Bigger and better. Beautiful.
Very
All
good.
right. See everybody. Have a nice day.
That's
Have a
not
good
what I
4th,
heard.
everyone.
Hey, Chris, have fun.
Is that
I
what
will.
you
You
guys
call me
heard?
anytime you want, bro. You know that, but I'm going to go have some fun.
Don't do anything.
Hopefully, I'll do it just when you're casting.
Yeah, well, family. I'm not fishing today, but family's all starting to come in. I can see them driving by. So,
Oh yeah.
How big a family you
Off the
got?
fucking
well,
webinar.
it's my ex-wife's family, but my family, I consider.
Oh,
It's
okay.
probably be about 15, 20 people. So,
Well,
it's gonna be a lot of
in
fun.
your case, it's actually cousins, right?
Yeah, and no
That's
sugar.
kind of-
Still haven't had no sugar in 3 weeks now. So,
I know.
Yeah, you can tell in your face, man.
yeah,
So
that's
do they have banjos up that neck of the woods?
like.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding.
yeah.
Wow.
The
Oh,
family
that's
reunion.
true. That's
Family
true,
reunion.
Red.
Family reunion. This is the place to pick up.
I guess it depends how we want to twist it, as they would say, or interpret it, or translate it. Anyway, that's where it ends. They've disconnected. So that was the live from today. It was live. We were like a couple seconds behind, but not much. Basically, what I heard is very similar to what you heard. I heard Ash telling people that they should not just depend on ONPASSIVE, which is very different to what he has said in the past, when he has told people that this was going to change their lives and save all of humanity and blah, blah, blah. There was no update about what's going on. He didn't tell us. He didn't speak more on how they were switching from AWS to HG India. He didn't let us know why it was taking so long whatsoever. But like, I guess we'll just have to stay tuned. It's been down for over 5 days now. We hit the 5-day mark, closer to the beginning of this live stream. Salami announced it for us. So it's been over 5 days that it has been down, and I was expecting him to at least maybe explain to them how long it would take, when it would come back up. He should know that information by now. It's very funny that they're already laying the groundwork to blame it on Amazon and AWS instead of him. Like I've said before and shown you guys before, the contract that they had was made on June 27th of 2018. So I do think it's interesting that the day that it went down was June 28th of 2018. It goes along with, like, if they were supposed to pay it, maybe didn't pay it, and then AWS pulled the plug on them. I don't know. Maybe that's when he told them that he was migrating. But I find it weird that he says that they were supposed to do it Monday, but they did it early on Friday and all this. Like it just seems like bizarre, because AWS should be used to that process. And I just feel like there's more going on there. You know what I mean? But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. We are just going to have to wait and see. I know a little bit more information than I'm sharing with you right now about their migration, as you can actually track the process. And we'll get into that more later. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, you got to read between the lines, but he never really said anything. It did sound like an exit speech, if you ask me. It was way worse than you thought it could be. There's always a basement, right? You heard that Kamal is giving a hard time to Ash and talk a lot of disagreements. I've had some people that are more of a follower of Kamal's who thought that they were going to pull the plug on ONPASSIVE in the US and leave a lot of the US founders behind. So I believe that you've heard some of that. Ash should be on the phone with them instead of joining the 360, right? Especially when he has nothing to say. Like, if he was coming on to let us know what was going on with the migration in more detail, and like let us know when the site was coming back on, I would be like, that makes perfect sense. But allegedly he doesn't have that information. system is down, no payment processor, and the products are not stable, right? Mark says, it really was pathetic. Why didn't Ash give more definite information? Exactly. Because there's only bad news. ONPASSIVE is really suffocating. You know, it's just, it's very interesting. AWS doesn't accept O coins. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe he tried to pay them in O coins. I apologize, Devils. Hopefully you can also take an Advil. But I was expecting him to say more than he did. It was a little bit interesting to have him completely almost walk back all the times that he's told them that they were going to be able to be financially stable, that they were going to make generational wealth, and all of that, and told them all not to depend on ONPASSIVE for their financial freedom. And he kind of like told them all to go get a job, which was, a completely different message than in the past. So I don't think it's looking good for them right now, and I will continue to keep you guys updated. Pay attention to my community tab and follow me on the Twitter. I post there quite often with what's going on with ONPASSIVE. I'm going to go meet my family at the pool. They left about 15 minutes ago to go down there, and I told them I would join them as soon as this was done. And unlike Chris and Marty, I do not plan on spending my whole summer doing ONPASSIVE webinars. And if I was on vacation at a cottage, there is no way that I would even be on one. And it just goes to show you how they feel completely obligated to be there, especially for the ones Ash is attending, right? Like, Chris shouldn't have been there today. He should be enjoying his family, just like how when he was in the hospital, he was on webinars, though. So, Ash has quite the hold on these people, and it's very obvious that he has a hold on a lot of the people here because this thing's a complete cult. Otherwise, they would be getting more upset with this non-information from today. So I guess over the next 24 hours, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for what people are saying out there in the Facebook groups and in the comment sections. And I'll see you all very, very soon with another one. Mwah! I love you. Have a fabulous rest of your day, naysayers. And like always, we're in it to win it.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great start your day, come here and tune into crazy men talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mubarak, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ash Mubarak.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name's Ash Mubarak, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.